Good evening, race fans. My name is JP Tuason, and I'm the CEO of Tuason Racing. And here we are once again for another special episode of Riding Shotgun Conversations with Tuason Racing. For this episode, we will be presenting the two other official members of the Phoenix Pulse racing team for the upcoming Formula V1 Virtual Cup. So our guests tonight have won several titles in racing, although they're very, very young. They've raced here and abroad, and they've shown their skills in the recent race for Frontliners and in the 2020 Toyota GR Supra Cup. Please join me in welcoming our guests, Phoenix Pulse Pro Team drivers, Mr. Russel Cabrera and Joaquin Garrido. Woohoo! Welcome, guys. How you doing?
Everyone. Good evening.
Welcome. Good evening.
Guys, how old are you? Russell, how old are you, bro?
I'm 16 years old.
Wow. Joaquin, how about you, man?
I'm 14 years old.
Unbelievable. If you guys call me Tito in this show, I will cut you off. Okay? So you are not allowed to call me Tito. All right. Guys, let's get right into it. You guys have become multi-awarded race drivers on the real track and in the virtual world. How did you guys get started? Let's start with you, Joaquin.
I got started with karting in 2013 when my dad surprised me for my birthday. Tuason Racing School karting clinic.
Wow, that was such a great choice. Great choice.
It was a wonderful experience, and I wanted to. From that moment that I drove that kart, I knew I wanted to become a race car driver. So, my goal that time was to win the Cadet Carter of the Year and also the Asian Cadet Carter of the Year. And I'm happy to say that in 2015 I was able to achieve that.
Awesome. I think we've got some photos, so let's take a look at some of these photos, and then talk us through some of these things that you've done.
So this picture right here, it was taken pretty recently actually. It was before the lockdown. I participated in my first autocross event.
Okay, so you're not only doing go-karts, but you're also racing real cars now.
Yep. I'm transitioning from karting to cars now.
Wow, amazing. And how did you do at this event?
I actually finished first in my class, in the stock cars class.
Great.
I posted the fastest time, and yeah, I won that event.
Great. Yeah, you sound confident. All right, what else have we got? Let's look at some more photos. What do we have here? Formula V1. I think Joaquin, this photo, was the start of all of this this coming together. You actually drove the Phoenix car in this Formula V1 test. Right?
Yeah, and yep. And
so it's like the stars aligned for you. All the stars aligned. Now all of a sudden you're in the Phoenix team.
Yeah.
So how was driving the Formula V1 car?
That was one of the best experiences ever, because when I drove that car, it was my first time driving in Clark. I learned manual in the Formula V1 as well, which is pretty weird, but yeah.
Okay, you're actually not supposed to tell anybody that, but fine. All right, let's move on. How was the experience of driving the car? What was it like?
It was super stable. It was like a go-kart, but bigger. It felt like you could feel everything. Like when the car's about to kick out or about to understeer, you can really feel it.
Awesome.
And yeah.
Hopefully one day we'll see you in this actual car, not in the virtual one. Okay, so what have we got next? What have we got next? Here we go.
That picture was the first time I've ever tried X30 Senior in Carmona when it newly opened.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
And how was that?
It was a very amazing experience, but after that, my body was dead for the next 2 days. Because whenever you hit the curb, it's like whenever you hit the curb, your body's gonna jump around, and then rocks are gonna come fly at you. Very fun, but hurting experience.
So I guess you guys now understand more why the real drivers go to the gym, right? As
Yeah.
you go faster, it
Yeah.
actually becomes harder to drive everything, right?
Yep.
Okay, what else have we got? Here we go.
that that picture was taken in the first round of this year's X30 Philippines, where
And you were leading it, right?
after, yeah, I was leading it through the first corner, and then coming into the second corner, we were three wide, and it almost didn't end well. One was on the grass, one was up my rear bumper, but we all still finished the race.
And what did
And
you finish? Did you finish first?
I still finished P1 there.
Nice, 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 nice. Okay. And is this from the same race?
Yes, that is from the same race. That was, I think, the last few laps where I was getting pressured by the drivers behind.
But you still
But-
finished first.
Yep,
There you go.
they got me after that, and then coming into turn two, I just, you know, went for the move, and hopefully it sticked.
And did it?
Of course, it did.
Like, you sound like a race car driver already. Okay, very cool. Okay, so let's
Oh.
move on to Russell. Russell, tell us how we get started in motorsport.
So ever since I was really young, I've been really interested watching my dad race. And around 2017, they finally allowed me to try and go around the track. So that time it was in Batangas Racing Circuit. And I tried going around in a Civic EG. And
Okay.
then it was only my first time. So I had my coach with me, my tito. And then we went around the track for the first time and it felt really, really good. Then from that point on, they allowed me to join more and more time attack events.
So you started in cars, not go-karts.
Yeah, I started in cars first.
Wow.
And then
And
I made my way going to go-karts.
Okay. So when was your first full season of karting?
I haven't completed a full season yet. I only started early this year, around March.
Okay, right. Okay, and you are in the cadet class, is that right?
I'm in the intermediate class.
Okay, and how did that race go?
It was pretty well. I finished second for the three races. So
Okay.
heat 1, heat 2, and final, I finished second.
Okay, and the season was stopped due to the pandemic.
Yeah, sadly, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess that leads into our next sort of question, right? Okay, so what else have you been doing in terms of motorsport? So what have we got here? Is this another race that you joined?
Yeah, that was actually the first karting event I joined. So there was a clinic that was held, and the top three of that clinic will move on to the finals. So I was lucky enough to get in the top three, and then I joined the finals for that clinic also.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so you're a subsidized driver. Awesome.
Yeah.
You got into the kart racing program. Okay, great. Well, what do we have next?
Oh, that was the time where I got second in time attack around Clark.
Okay, what year was this?
I think that was just last year, early last year.
Okay, great. And I can see that you are probably the youngest driver on that grid.
Yeah,
Is that right?
yeah,
What was the car manual transmission?
yeah. I was using Yaris.
Oh, a
Manual
Yaris.
transmission
Okay.
also.
Okay, great. So you know how to drive manual transmission. We should
Yep.
probably get you in a Formula V1 car soon, because at least,
Hopefully.
unlike Joaquin, you know how to use a manual. You won't be learning in the race car. All right, good. I'll keep that in mind. Okay, so you guys have been racing go-karts. You've been racing or testing cars, but unfortunately now, due to the pandemic and to the quarantine, everybody has been at home. What have you guys been doing to be honing your racing skills? How about you, Russell? What have you been up to?
I've been joining some sim racing events like the race for frontliners, Supra Cup.
Great.
Yeah.
So I think we have a graphic here of Russell. There we go. So you are a race winner not only in real life but also in the virtual world. Tell us about your virtual racing, Russell.
Well, virtual racing was really hard to at the start because you don't feel everything. You don't feel the G forces in your body. So the only way you could feel the movement of the cars through the steering wheel.
Right. So you
So
don't have what they call that butt feel, right?
yeah,
You don't have
exactly the butt feel.
a butt feel. See, nobody believes me. There's really a butt feel. You feel it in the seat, right?
Yeah,
When the car is
yeah,
moving. When it's
it's really
about to spin
different.
out, you can feel it. You're like, ah, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't have that in the virtual world. Okay, but you've done
So
very, very well, right? And this is a
yeah,
photo of your rig at home
yep,
and a photo of your race team, the Toyota Cebu team, right?
yeah. So there's
So
you.
tell us about how the Super Cup has gone for you.
The Supra Cup has gone really well for me. I finished first in the first and second round.
So you're leading the championship, right?
Yeah,
And that goes into the finals in a couple of days. So good luck to
yeah,
you.
Fuji. Thank you.
And what do you have to say about your rivals?
To all my
Kaya-
rivals, good luck, but don't practice too much, please. Don't practice too much.
Okay, well, the next track is the Fuji circuit, right?
Yeah,
That's a great track to drive. It's actually very fast and very challenging. So
yeah.
it separates the big boys, right, from the men. Yawn. We'll see how
First
that goes
corner.
for you. Yep, first corner, super challenging downhill, right? Woo.
Yeah, downhill
Okay,
hairpin.
how about you, Joaquin? What have you been up to?
Well, I've been also competing in a lot of sim racing events locally and internationally, like the race for frontliners, the Super Cup, ERGP, and some other international sim racing competitions. Yeah,
Okay,
and
and how
yeah.
how have you been doing in those races? Make us cuento about how you've been doing.
In my international races, it was super hard because all of them were in Europe, in the Europe time zone. So like, if there was qualifying, I had to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning just to qualify, and then the race would be 12 midnight. So it
Wow.
was really challenging. And then in the local series, I haven't had the best luck, but my competitors are also really fast. So I have to practice a lot just to keep up with them. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so you guys have now become the pro drivers for the Phoenix Formula V1 Virtual Cup, right? So, how does that feel? Is that a lot of pressure for you guys, or what do you think?
Well, I think it's amazing because I never thought that I would be a part of the Phoenix Young Drivers program in the start of summer. And then now, just because of sim racing, I was able to get in. Yeah.
Well, you're in, but you have to perform, right? And guys,
Yeah.
really, this is such a fantastic opportunity because Phoenix is really here to develop the young drivers, not for the short term, but for the long term, right? So this could be your chance to get into real racing after this pandemic is over. Russell, what do you think? Because you're going to be competing against a lot of the guys you've already been racing against.
I feel really good and really grateful to be chosen for the Phoenix Young Drivers program. To be part of the team feels really good.
Okay, great. So, what have you guys been doing to prepare for this race series? Have you guys been practicing already?
I've only
I've been
practiced a few times because we've had a lot of schoolworks. But I've tried the game and it feels really good. So I'm gonna start practicing more.
Okay, how about you, Joaquin?
I've been practicing quite a lot actually. Whenever I'm done with my schoolwork, I always just hop on my sim and then start practicing.
Great. So we look forward to seeing you guys on track, and we hope to see those Phoenix race cars up towards the front. Now, for the new up and coming drivers, right? What pointers or tips do you guys have for those that want to start virtual racing? How about you, Russell? What do you think is a good tip for up and coming drivers, people that want to participate?
My advice is everything takes time. So my biggest advice is that to just keep practicing and just trust the process. So that
Great.
it's the only way you can adjust and eventually get better.
Great. I agree. It definitely takes time. You know, a lot of people think that because it is a video game, that it's easy and, sandali lang, makakuha mo na. But it actually takes a lot of effort in terms of practicing and getting the right sort of balance in terms of driving the car. It's easy to drive the car slowly, but it's hard to drive the car actually very fast, right?
You have to invest a lot of time.
Agreed.
Practicing.
How about you, Joaquin?
I would say never give up because even if you're just starting out, it will be really frustrating to try to keep up with the fast guys, learn their lines and everything. But for me, it doesn't really matter if you're in front as long as you learn from that specific event. It will help you get better and hopefully win your races in the future.
Okay, very cool. All right, guys, so we're going to wrap it up. Go ahead and please invite people to the Phoenix Pulse Formula V1 Virtual Cup. Russell, go ahead.
Race enthusiasts, I invite you all to join and try to watch the Phoenix V1 Cup this second week of October.
All right, thank you. How about you, Joaquin?
To the people watching, I would like to invite you to join and watch the Phoenix Formula V1 Cup. And hopefully you guys practiced because me and Russell are gonna kick your butts.
I have said like a real race car driver. There you have it, you guys. Thank you, Russell and Joaquin, for joining us on this episode of Riding Shotgun Conversations. And hope to see you guys doing very well at the front of the races this coming October. All right, see you guys. Thank you very much. And of course, for all of the viewers out there, please subscribe to our channel on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest happenings. This has been JP Tuason, and see you guys next week for a new episode of Riding Shotgun Conversations with Tuason Racing. See ya. Peace.